going on, YouTube? So I just wanted to make a video on what mods you should do first. And the important thing is you should always have an end goal in mind. You shouldn't just start modifying and just making stuff up as you go. Just know where you want to ultimately end up. Is this just going to be your little hobby car? You just want a little bit of sound, or are you going for racing and I want performance results? So once you have an end goal in mind, you mod from there. So as more of a general suggestion on things that you should look into when you're modifying your car, I'm just going to give you my thoughts on what your first mod should be. So firstly, I suggest getting like an exhaust system, a nice little catback exhaust system, a decent one, one that is reliable, not one of these eBay ones that is just randomly put together that sounds terrible. Just get a decent one. It doesn't have to be a Borla or a Corsa Sport. You can do a MagnaFlow, you can do a Flowmaster system, just somebody that's a little more reputable. Another mod that I would suggest is wheels and or tires. The different types of tires you have on your car, or if you put wheels on your car, lightweight wheels and everything like that, all of those are going to change just the whole dynamic, the feel of the car. As you start upgrading power and everything like that, wider tires or grippier tires are going to be a must. So you can change the whole feel of your car. You can even improve your 0 to 60 times if you have a good set of tires and a lightweight set of wheels. Another modification that you can look at, and this one is really up in the air for whether or not it does anything beneficial or not, but is a cold air intake. A lot of people swear by the factory one. The engineers have engineered the intake system and everything like that to where it is going to work at its optimal point. And if you look at least in this Dodge Charger, the factory air box is actually drawing air from down in the fender. So I mean, technically the factory air box is going to be the most ideal intake setup. You can do an aftermarket kit, and with my testing, I actually saw an improvement of miles per gallon. I went from about 18 miles per gallon, 19 miles to the gallon, to a little over 20 miles per gallon. And this wasn't I just tested it once and that was it. But this was a consistent, ever since I installed the cold air intake, I ended up getting improved gas mileage. Those days have long since been gone. I've gone extreme and done forced induction, so my car is supercharged now, but unless you have the money for it, it's not really one of those first mods that you should be looking at. Kind of getting away from the performance modification type thing, looking a little bit into like cosmetic modifications. Back when I did this, it was called the 75-cent mod. I forgot who it was that just did it here recently, but they called it like the $2.75 mod because it's gotten more popular, and the seat weld cord is costing more per yard. But you can see in my doors here, and around the bezel on my dash, around my doors in the back as well, all the way around, is this product called Seat Weld. I ordered mine from yourautotrim.com, and basically it's just this bead, and then it has a little tab on the inside of it that you can just basically shove into the crevices and creases in between your door panels and stuff like that. And I think it just gives like a very sharp standout appearance to this. And ever since I did this, nobody has thought that I've done it myself. Everyone thought it comes from the factory that way, and that's actually a really good thing. It's a plus in my book, because I want to stay tasteful in the modifications of the car. Now, if you're modifying on a budget, this works for you. A lot of other people, they don't really like it, but Plastidip. I Plastidiped my wheels about 2 years ago. And sorry for the dirty car. It's obviously the weather's pretty bad right now, but Plastidiped the tires or the wheels about 2 years ago, and those have actually held up fairly well. Along the same lines with the Plastidip on the wheels, you can actually dip your badges. So cheap modifications, plastic tip, those have all been on there for about 2 years and they're not peeling at all. Now the last modification that I'll talk to you guys about would be window tint. It is not only for privacy, it also prevents people from being able to look into your car. Like if you have it parked somewhere, never leave your property, like valuables, in plain sight when you park your car and stuff. That's just asking to get, that's just you asking your car to get broken into. But this kind of helps shade things a little bit, so if you do happen to leave something out, it's not as easily seen. And then also from the outside, the window tint just sets off the car a lot. So window tint actually can do a lot of things for you for not very much money. But there you go. That's my list of first mods that you might want to think about doing for your car. I'm not saying that you should do, but that's just things that you can use just for an idea where to start. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and hit that like, subscribe button. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.